Is the rumor about Kyler being traded to Minnesota gaining steam? Plus, some opinions on the Cardinals' new 2024 draft hat and some key dates to keep in mind this preseason. Stay tuned.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh.
Murray heaves it downfield. It's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins. Miraculous. It's Murray magic.
The sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Welcome to the sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Singh, along with my fabulous new co-host, Charlotte Shaff. How's it going, Charlotte? Have you had a good week?
I'm having a great week. It's been super busy, and I can't believe that tomorrow is Friday.
Right? Oh my gosh, it goes so fast.
It's going by so fast. I just got in the house a few minutes ago. I was at a fundraiser luncheon for Gabriel's Angels, where they work with dogs for pet therapy with kids and stuff like that. Totally bawled my eyes out. So it was beautiful.
It sounds beautiful. Gabriel's Angels, we all need to take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get into this because the first thing I want to talk about happened a couple of days ago. I saw your tweet about this year's draft cap design and you liked it. What was it about it that you liked?
I liked it just because I thought it was nice to see a little bit more of the black and the gray with the red. I bought one of the draft hats a couple of years ago and I like it. It feels big on me, just probably because it's usually more for a guy, but I like just the simple look of it. And it just seemed like something different from the past. It's not so red, a little bit darker. I think that they do have a red one also, but the one that they were promoting in the Cardinals email that I got looked like it was just the black and gray. So
yeah, that's what I was seeing on social as well. I liked it. On the side is the state of Arizona and Rise Up Red Sea.
yeah.
That part.
Yes.
Do you think they're going to go back to that hashtag this season?
I mean, I think that it's a fun thing at the games to say Rise Up Red Sea. That's a good way to get the fans excited and stand up and cheer and everything like that. I love Bird Gang. But Rise Up Red Sea, I'm okay with that. I feel like that's a nice saying to use too. So
I'm okay with that one too. I was really excited when they finally officially moved to Bird Gang over the season and added during season we get the logo. I liked it because of the history of Bird Gang. Anything is better than 2 years ago when we had Bird City football.
I remember when they introduced that and my husband's like, Bird City? What the heck is Bird City? That sounds like a ferocious football team, Bird City. And I guess that there was some sort of significance to it way back in the day in Phoenix because a phoenix is a bird, but that got lost on a lot of people and it was boring. It just wasn't. I love Rise Up Red Sea. That definitely gets you excited. And I love being a part of the Bird Gang. So let's just keep it like that.
Let's just keep it. Things are good. Yeah, the whole Bird City football threw me for a loop. All I can think of is, are we like known for having birds? Like I don't see that many birds in my day-to-day life, let alone a city of them.
I do feel every time that people get really upset about stuff, and this could segue into one of our other conversations, I feel bad for these poor social media folks for the Cardinals. Like, I'm so sorry. These people are yelling at you and you're like, dude, I'm just sitting here behind my computer. I'm not the one who chose it. But I feel bad for those guys.
I know, I do too. I try not to get like it's their fault and sometimes even make that caveat, but it's like, what the heck? So hopefully we keep Bird Gang again this year, or if they decide to go back to Rise Up Red Sea, that's cool too. Because I do like seeing that at the stadium. It is exciting, like you said.
It is.
Okay. let's talk about this. This rumor we brought up last week just because it was starting these rumbles, and it had more to do with draft position, a Kyler Murray draft position package to Minnesota. The latest rumor that's gaining steam, and somebody actually told me to stop, and I'm like, I'm just saying it's gaining steam. I'm not saying it's going to happen or I want it to happen. Kyler to the Vikings. And this was perpetuated by Sports Center through a mock draft segment with Mike Tannenbaum, where he sees the Cardinals taking not a wide receiver, but a quarterback, specifically JJ McCarthy as the fourth round pick, and then trading Kyler off to the Vikings. Have
Yes.
you heard this? What do you think? And I know you've heard some other things, but have you heard this one?
Well, I have heard this one, and part of me, I'm a little torn. I mean, I get that a lot of people are like, that's probably the dumbest speculation I've ever seen. I can't believe anybody would think that. I'm also a Michigan girl. I am still reveling in the fact that Michigan is the national champions. Natty. So the fact that I could see JJ here in Phoenix, I would be so happy. But I am also realistic, and I truly feel as though if they really wanted to get rid of a quarterback like Kyler, they would have not played him at the end of the season. There would have been much different types of moves happening behind the scenes. So it's not gonna happen.
I can't see it happening either. I mean, we talked last week about, okay, did they bring Desmond Ritter in to be like a bridge of some sort?
Mm.
Um, and then it was, okay, so now we are choosing a QB in the fourth pick and then trading Kyler. But like you said, I don't see it happening. You saw another scenario. I think it involved the Cowboys. Did you see the
Oh
details
my gosh,
of
yeah.
that?
Somebody tweeted that Kyler was going to go to the Cowboys. No, this wasn't a tweet. This was a friend that I have on Facebook, and she posted Kyler to the Cowboys. And I just thought that was hilarious. Hilarious.
I think that's hilarious too. I think these things are sprouting as a result of this particular rumor. And other teams are like, well, if they're willing to trade him to Minnesota, why not trade him to Dallas? Or
Yeah, that would be hilarious. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he wants to be back in Texas, but I highly doubt that that's going to happen either.
I just can't. I can't see it happening. But let me just make sure we're crystal clear. This isn't something that we are perpetuating either. My dog
No.
barking, if we can hear that. Sorry. This isn't something that we're perpetuating. This is something that the media is actually out there doing mock drafts and then doing not only a mock draft about it, but an actual segment about it and what it would look like. So
Right.
it's steam. That's all we're
I'm
saying.
that in the end, they have a lot of time to fill, and they need to find different things to talk about. You can't keep talking about the same thing. So let's throw something out there a little out of this world and go with it and see what happens. And people are talking. I mean, ESPN's got to be happy. We are talking, we're perpetuating whatever he's saying. And yeah, we're not saying it. We're reposting it. We're making comments, but it's pretty interesting.
We're just delivering commentary. Exactly. The last topic that we had in the notes today was Cardinals beat reporter and friend of the pod, Donnie Druin, at Donnie Druin, shared a list of key dates to remember for Cardinals fans this offseason. So the first will be there's a draft party April 25th at State Farm Stadium.
Mhm.
And the actual draft first round takes place on the 25th and runs through the 27th. Then
Mhm.
there's a bunch of camps that run through May, voluntary OTAs, and then they start mini camp mid-June. Have you ever been to a draft party or any other type of Cardinals event at State Farm Stadium other than a game?
I believe we went to a draft party where they had a bunch of stuff on the Great Lawn, and I believe it was music and barbecue and all kinds of stuff. I remember the day was super windy when we were there. The kids came with us because it was a family-friendly event, that kind of thing. Normally, I usually stay home for that kind of stuff. I prefer to watch it in my own time on TV, and I have a short attention span, so I can't sit there and stare at the draft for hours.
Right.
I love to look at what everybody's saying on social media, that kind of stuff. But I think I've only been to one event there that hasn't been a game that was surrounding draft stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. Although this last bit of my life in these last few years actually attending the draft, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend the draft this year. It's not working out for me schedule wise, but
Mm.
I'm kind of considering going to the draft party and maybe just getting some photos and videos so we can share them and just see what's up, especially if we're going to have multiple first round picks. I think that would make it even more fun, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have two events the same night of the draft. So I can't
Oh,
even go, and I'm so bummed. One of them is for Big Brothers, Big Sisters, where they're trying to recruit more men and they're going to have a draft party. And then another one is for a nonprofit I work with, and they're debuting a new program they're doing. So I said,
okay.
you guys know that this is on the night of the draft? And yeah, there's a lot
Well,
going on in March and April. This is a busy time of year, I guess.
I like the idea of incorporating a draft party with Big Brothers, Big Sisters, getting more men involved in mentoring. That's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the other events I think that I like to attend are when they have the open training camps at the
Hmm.
stadium. It's when they finally start wearing their pads and training and they're running drills. That's like late July, early August, and it's free and it's fun, and you can get stadium food too.
Yeah, there you go. And it's a really great way for your kids to be able to get autographs and see all the players and that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. I personally miss the days of driving up to Flagstaff.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, that was a fun time back in the day. I was younger and had a good time. Got to party with the players and the bars and everything. It was awesome.
And now they're like, we got to rein this in, bringing it back home.
Yeah, yeah. Got to stay in the heat.
They do. They work out outside. Last year they did
Mhm.
until they put the pads on. Once they get the pads on, then they're in the stadium. But yeah, it looks really warm. When you follow the Cardinal social media, they have clips of them like pouring water on each other
You
and stuff like
gotta,
that.
you gotta.
It is. It's starting to heat up, so ugh.
Mhm.
Well, do you have anything else, Charlotte, that we should share with people? Because this was fun. It's another great week under our belts.
Mhm.
Do you have any closing comments for the people?
I guess I would like to reiterate the whole Big Brothers, Big Sisters thing
Yeah.
because I really think that's important. Larry Fitzgerald's been a part of that organization in the past too. Mentorship is so important. I think that we can all relate to the fact that when you're a kid and you have someone there for you that's not your parent that you can, hang out with and learn from. It really does make a difference. And so if you are a guy, especially if you live in the West Valley, I know that Big Brothers Big Sisters is really looking for more mentors to be a part of their program. So,
I love that you shared that. I agree. It's such an important program. I've been able to be a part of it, not as a big sister, but in smaller ways as a donor through corporate programs and participating in their lunches and breakfasts where they share their stories in
mm,
hopes of getting more corporate donors. And those are always really inspiring and heartwarming. I love that.
they
Thank you
are.
for sharing that.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for asking.
Well, if you guys have anything that you want to say to us about today's show, find us on Twitter. You can find Charlotte at Char Shaff, CharShaff, and me, Kelly in Phoenix, Kelly with a Y. The show's at Sick Pod Kelly. We don't get tons of traction over there. I think mostly because people just want to talk to whoever's on the show, actually. So feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
We're definitely already gaining traction in this week. I was seeing people chiming in. So thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the things. Bye. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.